Hello and welcome to the first of many episodes of concept art about ERT-454, our distant cousin. In this episode, I will be featuring concept art talking about the future of the skies. What I mean by that is I'll be talking about and showing the future evolution of the Phyllosis terraform species on my planet. Let's begin. Much later in ERT-454's history and lifespan, groups such as Phyllis terraforms will be one of the many groups that will be around much later in this planet's history, and will have well diversified into many different groups. This one in particular is the quote-unquote Ashdarkid Phyllosaurus terraform group. Not all Phyllosis terraform species will fall under these three distinct groups, but majority of them will, based off the sounds and the shape of their crest that will be described in this art. First, we'll start with the boom singers. Boom singer crests are wide and large and have lots of open space. The best example are resonators on a percussion instrument called a marimba. For any musicians out there, their calls are typically in bass clef. Their calls are fairly low frequencies, rumbly, or a bass sound. In some of my previous animal featuring videos, you will get a great example on what this is, or in what it sounds like. As most animals in the current time period I'm at on my planet, there are very primitive versions of species like the boom singers. Most boom singers, as they evolve, will most likely be omnivorous. Even a primitive specimen of one is shown to be omnivorous. I even have some names I could call out for this group, such as Heartthrobber, Great Heartthrobber, Bone Rattler, Didgeridoo, and some others like a crested drum. Most of these Phyllosis terraform species will have many names related to instruments or describes the sounds that they make. Some may even be named after or related to gods or goddesses. One of the reasons behind the names like Heartthrobber and Bone Rattler is because I envision that some species will be able to make sounds low enough that can really resonate with your bones or organs. Next up, we have the ear splitters. Ear splitter crests are fairly large like boom singers, but the airways are very narrow, creating high-pitched noises, loud broadcasting sounds similar to brass instruments or loud alarms. These types of Phyllis terraforms crests are very narrow and tightly compact. This example I could give you are stuff like natural disaster alarms, of course, loud brass instruments or a large band of brass instruments, something like an Aztec death whistle. A more organic example would be animals like the bellbird or a kiwi, but amplifying their sound by a lot. Ear splitters will vary in size, but this group out of the three will be the largest. Ear splitters are also strictly carnivorous, with one of the hunting strategies being using their immense and ear-piercing sound to startle their prey before attacking. Names I've written down for the ear splitters are names such as a Carnix, a Lord Carnix, a Kyson, Cali, Ear Ripper, Drum Breaker, Great Phyllosis pterosaurid, Siren Mouth, Dreadmouth, Death Bell, and many others. Finally, we have the serenading singers. These types of crests are shaped in a way to emit sounds that are slow and musical in a way, similar to how complex some bird songs are on Earth. You can see these crests are more round, but not as large as, say, the boom singers are. They're fairly similar to hadrosaurs on Earth, and some hornbills. Most Phyllosis terraforms in this group won't be as large as, say, the ear splitters or Ashdarkids. Serenade singers will be a group of these Phyllis terraforms that are fairly social and live in small communities. Their diets would consist of both being herbivorous and omnivorous. And finally, some names I have written down for this group of Phyllis terraforms. Be aware most of these names are gods and goddesses, so I apologize if I butcher any of the names. I have written names like Moret, Saraswati, Fuxi, Q, Pasipo, Lono. Well, that's all I have for this concept art. I thank you for watching, and if you would like to see more about my planet and the future of it through these concept arts, go ahead and subscribe, it's free.